Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? It's Yoshinator195 coming at you with another old school gaming commentary from Black Ops 6. And in today's episode, I want to talk about this belief that the harder you work, the luckier you seem to get, which is a philosophy that I really love to champion. And if you've never, ever heard of this, then please try taking it on board and just kind of embody what it kind of means, which I'll go into in this episode, because something about luck is interesting in the sense that it's out of your control, hence the word. But what I mean by that is that whatever you're doing, like there's like a project, or you're at a job, or you're trying to do like a task or something that you've been putting off, say like going to the gym, and it's like something that you don't like doing, and you look at others sometimes and you think, man, that guy was lucky. It's lucky that they were born with good genes. And I remember my friend who, I'd go to the gym with him, absolute shredded dude. Like, just forever since I've known him, it seems like he came out of the womb looking like a Greek god. It just had like this six pack. And I knew of another guy who felt like every time he ate something, or everything he ate, he just never put on kilos. It just didn't make sense, like he could just do whatever he wanted and he'd be still the same. Now, in hindsight, you can think reality-wise, like, well, chances are there's a lot of stuff that I don't see that they're actually doing. Like maybe he's gone for runs, or maybe he doesn't eat anything the whole day, whatever. I only see him there that one time that, a couple hours or so I'm having dinner with him, and, who knows what happens afterwards. But I sometimes think about, when I looked at that guy that had like the great body and a great six pack, and just like, man, he had good genes, and it's true. Like, the thing about luck is in that sense that there are people out there that are luckier than you. Luckier that they could be born in different countries, luckier to be born in different cities, in families, and the upbringings. Everything about that is true, but dwelling upon that is not helpful in that sense, because as I tackled on another recent episode, thinking that things are out of your control is not helpful for your life. And if you actually try to act like your life is fully in your hands, even if it isn't, like even if there's something else going on that's just a complete accident that just happens, acting like it's your fault, or like you could have done something, it's a better philosophy to have, because you start to feel like life is in your control. It's not out of your grasp. So that expression, the harder you work, the luckier you seem to get, the emphasis is really on the work, which is what I kind of love and champion, because that is like something that is in your control. And I think LeBron James, someone was quoted as saying like, hard work or talent will outperform hard work, but it won't succeed if talent forgets to work hard. In the sense that, like, someone could be so talented, way more than you, but the moment that they actually get lazy and that they slip and they actually don't do what they're meant to do, they don't do training, the people that work hard can catch up and potentially beat them. And I just love that kind of philosophy that, far out, man. I'm not going to be like LeBron James, whatever. And I'm not going to be like, a lot of footballers out there. I play sport. Even like comparing myself to my friends, whatever. But damn, I'm going to try to focus as much as I can on what I can control. And if I can just focus on working hard, putting in the effort, the moment that they slip up, damn, I got them. Bam. Like that's a great feeling in that sense. And it reminds me of like this story, or like this happened in my life when I was in the final year of my high school, where I got a test It was like a maths investigation, and for additional context, I was in mathematics specialist with 6 other kids, the top ranking kind of like, subject area. And our school had about like 120 in our year. So a bit of a privileged kind of group of kids. And one test, I just dropped the ball. It was just a validation and investigation, but I got like 34%, and I cried. And I felt so shit. I remember like that was like the worst I'd ever gotten. And I don't know if it was because it was also in that class with those really talented people and with my friends, and I just felt like I let them down maybe, but I also just like I really felt like I let myself down. And I was just like, man, I don't know, how could I have done this? And I can't remember like previously failing a test like that so badly. Like I just completely bombed it. It just had been such a genuine while since I've done that. So it was like a surprise. And then afterwards I vowed, I was just like, this is not going to happen again for the next test. And I like stopped playing COD. I think I just kind of like focused so much for the next 3 to 4 weeks. I turned off my phone as much as I could. I didn't even have like a smartphone, but like the biggest thing that I think was the biggest distractor was playing video games. But my mindset, my headset was like, I'm studying, I'm doing homework, I'm not playing Call of Duty. And I completely stopped it for like those 3 to 4 weeks. I think up until then I was like playing every night after like a bit of homework and just doing it. But this time I was like, no, I'm going all in. And I went all in, and I went as deep as I could. Come the next test, boom, get the results. I got the highest. Funnily enough, the kid, my best friend at the time, is still my best friend today. He got like 3 marks less than me. Ended up talking to the teacher, got those 3 marks, whatever, became the highest afterwards. So I was like, far out. Like I tried as hard as possible, and I still kind of came second place. But for a moment, when I got the result back, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Everything, like, it was like that delayed sense of gratification, and seeing the hard work pay off, even if it was just so fleeting for like a few minutes when I was like thinking I was the top of the class. That was so like rewarding that still to this day I remember feeling like that. And I don't know if my friend knows about this. I have to bring it up to him. But that was a classic example where like the talent, he was so much more talented than me. But because I worked so hard and he slipped up just for that moment, I was able to overcome him, even though later on he still overcame me. But you get the point. So I want to wrap up this video, don't want to make it too long. Thinking about your work is so important, because if you focus your attitude to being like, okay, I might not be as talented as someone else, but damn it, if I can actually put in the effort, that's something I can control, then chances are you'll start to see that the harder you work, the luckier you seem to get. And maybe I'll do a part 2 to this, because the element of luck can come into it later on. And that's when that happens, it's kind of fortuitous and also beautiful to see. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.